Look at this shirt. Pure white, stiff, immaculate. In 1910, this wasn't just clothing. It was a symbol. It told the world, I don't work with my hands. But for the woman who kept it white, it was a war. Welcome to Monday in 1910. A 12-hour industrial battle fought with chemistry, fire, and muscle. There were no buttons to push, no set it and forget it. This is TimeLens Archives. Let's step into the steam. The day began before breakfast. The first enemy was weight. Without indoor plumbing, a standard wash load required about 50 gallons of water. That's 400 pounds of liquid, hauled by hand, bucket by bucket, from the yard to the stove. Every drop spilled was a wasted effort. The kitchen became a factory floor. Once inside, physics turned into thermodynamics. The water had to boil. The kitchen stove was a hungry beast, consuming coal and wood to sterilize the clothes. Temperature control was by feel, not by dial. It wasn't just wet work, it was hot work, even in summer. Before the fire could roar, the dead ash of yesterday had to be cleared. Coal was the fuel of cleanliness, yet it was the dirtiest part of the job. You couldn't just buy powder, you had to make the chemistry happen. Laundry soap was made of animal fat and lye. To dissolve, it had to be shaved into thin slices, creating a hot, gelatinous slime. This was the detergent of the era. Dangerous chemicals like lye were common household items. One slip could mean a severe burn. Sorting was a critical ritual. Whites went in first, boiling in the cleanest water. A single red sock could ruin a reputation. The kitchen transformed into a suffocating sauna. The heat was inescapable, rising from the stove and trapping the humidity inside. The humidity was relentless. The hands bore the brunt of the chemical attack. Every stain told a story. Mud from the unpaved streets, or soot from the industrial air. This wasn't passive cooking. She wielded a laundry stick, a simple tool for a heavy task, fighting the buoyancy of boiling air pockets to keep the linen submerged. The clothes were literally boiled, stirred with a wooden stick like a giant, inedible soup. Before the machine, there was the washboard, the rhythm of Monday. It was a motion designed to destroy the lower back. By 1910, some were lucky enough to own a machine, the wooden barrel washer. But machine is a misleading word. You were the motor. Push, pull, push, pull. For 15 minutes per load, it mimicked the scrubbing motion, saving the knuckles, but breaking the back. Then came the danger, the wringer. Efficient? Yes. Safe? No. Fingers, hair, and clothes were often caught in its unforgiving grip. Washing was only half the battle. Rinsing was the other. The shock of cold water was needed to remove the lye. Delicate laces couldn't survive the wringer. They demanded the human touch. The gray water carried away the week's grime. To get that blinding white, they used a trick of the eye called bluing. A trace of blue dye canceled out the yellowing of age. Then, solar power finished the job. Every pin placed was a hope for good weather. But nature was unpredictable. A sudden storm meant a frantic race against the rain. Before ironing, there was starching, cooking a mixture of flour and water until it became a sticky glue. This gave the collars their famous stiffness, but the hardest task was saved for last. The sad irons. Weighing up to 9 pounds, heated on the stove, a woman had to rotate them constantly. Ironing wasn't just pressing, it was weightlifting. Too cold? It won't press. Too hot? It burns. The test was primal, smoothing chaos into order. 1 second too long, and the shirt is ruined. By sunset, the laundry was done. The kitchen was quiet. The lines are empty. The baskets are full. The evidence of the day is poured away. The engine of the kitchen finally sleeps. A moment of repair for the worker. Satisfaction wasn't in the rest, but in the result. We look back at this 12-hour battle not with pity, but with respect. Cleanliness was not a convenience. It was a dedication. The door to 1910 closes here, but the archives are vast. To ensure you don't miss our next journey into the past, don't forget to subscribe and follow TimeLens Archives. Tell us, where or when should we travel next?